Hey everybody, Randall Cornet here. I hope you guys are having a great day. Second video for the day, and I kind of wanted to just touch on the first one again. I'm so proud of you guys. Literally, you showed the hell out today. From having a really downward post-market yesterday and pre-market today, I thought that we responded beautifully. I looked at this could go potentially one of two ways. Either we kind of, drop into this $40 area, maybe the high 30s, and we bounce right off it, which we did. Or, we kind of eventually are testing the $32 to $34 range, and that doesn't look like it's going to be happening. So that being said, obviously we started the day very poorly. I want to say it looked like we were going to have some green candles and we were going to start off hot, and then we seen a little bit of a continued dip, but we just responded beautifully. And throughout the majority of the day, and the stock market was bloody red today, and AMC prevailed. You guys did absolutely amazing. Even touched, $49.79, which I was really happy that we were able to kind of touch that $50 range again, and I expect it will do that as well tomorrow. So overall, guys, my hat's off to you. You did absolutely smashing, right, as they would say. So that being said, we can look past the chart now. I want to kind of go into the options chain here a little bit. One thing I will notice, typically on an intraday level, I will see one or two fairly large dark pool prints. Today I seen zero. So I don't know if that has anything to do with the fact that we were able to actually have a nice little run and they didn't do any more suppression. But something to think about. I didn't see any large prints come through today. And when we look at the options chain, you can still see there's a lot of, so when we, let me take a step back. So when you see the detail section here where my mouse is at, you're going to see basically that you can see something that's like above the ask, right? So I'm going to come back to this chart. So you can see when it shows AA, that means above the ask. So where my mouse is here or on this call, let me see if there's any more calls on this. So here. So when you see the AA at the end, that means they're paying more than they need to buy that contract. So usually it's considered a bullish action when you're purchasing a contract that's above the asking price. So with that being said, there was a lot of calls, and they're playing a little bit more in the money. Typically, like in the past, especially over the past couple months, people have been buying a lot of far out the money calls. It looks like that trend is kind of shifting, and we're going to see people kind of play near or at the money. But that being said, still the overall flow is looking good. You can see there's $20,000 here at 65, $36 here at 55, $24,000 here at 90, and that's expiring on the 23rd. So that's a pretty big bet. And obviously we're just looking at the calls for right now. I'm not going to really highlight the puts too much. I think that those are going to lose money. But again, $31,000 at 50, $103,000 at 50. This $31,000 contract, again, is above the ask. So overall, the options chain is looking very strong. 49.50 called this golden line. Basically, it means that this whole contract exceeded the entire open interest of the contract just with this one order. So that was $90,000 at 49.50. So it's a 100 grand bet, And these guys, like I said, the overall option chain is looking pretty bullish. So that being said, let's take a deeper dive in. If we're going to look at the volume by expiration, so you'll be able to see. So on the 21st or July 9th of 2021, so this is tomorrow, there's 843,000 volume for this expiration. 55% of that volume is call. The 44% of it is puts. There was 153,000 trades so far. So what does this tell us? Well, it's a bullish flow, right? You have 55% of these calls, are calls versus puts. So we're definitely on the better side of that. And if you look down the entire options chain, next month, or not next month, but next week, the 16th, same thing, 59% calls. The 23rd, 67% of these are calls. So we're basically doubled here on the puts. But there's only been 5,000 trades so far on that. It's a little bit of a lower volume. If we come to September, where we're seeing some more significant volume, that's 62% are calls. On the 21st, 53% are calls. So the options chain is showing us that the volume is there and people are definitely betting on the stock going up. When we look at the trade summary for today, There was $355 million in options traded. 199 of those were calls. 199 million of that value was in calls. 155 was in puts. Again, that is bullish to me. And if we look at the actual call percentage total, again, this kind of fits into my narrative that they're not really buying as many out the money calls. 27% of them today were at the money. So the options are definitely getting closer to what the actual price of the, of AMC is. And the puts, like I said, 12% at the money, 1% in the money, 28% of them out the money. But overall, looking really strong on the options chain. And then if we want to look at a day-by-day trade basis here, so for today, which would be the 7th, there was 165,000 contracts traded. 54% of those contracts were considered, bullish flow. That was $42 million. And so 46% of the contracts, right? So that obviously the inverse of this 54 were in puts. There was 142,000 put contracts that have a little bit of a bearish flow. I shouldn't say all of those are puts because that's not true. Some calls can have a little bit of a bearish tendency, especially if they're below the bid side. But still, 46% of them were bearish, so we are winning on that side as well. So if we're looking at the trade sentiment here, current data to date, 57% of these contracts are bullish, and that's looking at the the total looking down view. When we look at the 5-day average, 59% are bullish, and we look at the 30-day average, 63% are bullish. Over the 30-day, $194 million are on the bullish side of the options chain. So overall, we're looking really strong there, guys. So now if we want to peek at some of the actual dark pool volume, so there was definitely some volume going on in the dark pool, but again, I just didn't see any crazy large prints come through. So that, I think, could have a little bit of to play in why we were able to actually have a little bit of a run. 57%, down 3% from our average, which has been like 60% for like the past 3 weeks. So we are seeing a little bit of a decrease there. Nothing crazy. Obviously, they still are up to the shenanigans. 71 million in actual volume in the dark pool today. So something to keep an eye at. And obviously, like I said, guys, the dark pool stuff is scary. I think is the main detractor from us getting into the squeeze. So the more that we see them not have liquidity there, I think is better for us. So it's good to see that we're kind of looking stronger there. We're seeing a little bit of a change. And yeah, so again, guys, like the options chain, like I said, it could tell us a lot. The smart money, especially when it comes to these bigger orders, when they're bullish contracts, it leads me to believe that the smart money is with us too. And so I am pleased to kind of see that the options chain is reflecting the sentiment that we have as well. So that's about it that I have for you guys today. I'm happy with the overall price action. I thought that, looking at the options chain, you'll see that again, people are riding with us. The bullish sentiment is there. We're looking strong. And, like I said, just today, the 5-day average, there's $44 million in bullish AMC call contracts. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money. And, I think that's about it, guys. Like, obviously I've been talking to a lot of you guys, and a lot of you say make more videos, and obviously I don't want to be just curating information that's not relevant. So I will definitely post when I think that it's necessary, and obviously when I have information that I think is pertinent to what's going on, I'm going to share that with you guys. And obviously the main goal of the YouTube channel for me too, when I started, was to kind of document my experience and learning, so I can have something to look back on as I continue to trade in the future. Because unlike some of you guys, and I understand it, you're going to be out of here when this ends. I do plan to continue trading. I think I have a pretty good grasp of what's going on, so I'm going to see after this is all said and done. I'm going to try my hand at that for sure. If we want to look at the IV for today too, the implied volatility, it says AMC's implied volatility is 181.3, which is in the 71 percentile rank. I've seen it like in the high 90s before. That means 71% of the IV was lower in the last year than the current level. And it's 19.1% down from its moving average. So the IV is kind of cooling off a little bit. And then if we want to look at some of the implied moves for the 8th, it's showing that we were going to kind of have a little bit of a green day, and we did. You know what I mean? So the implied price change based off of data, and they use a lot of different data points here. They were saying that it could be positive 8%, so we undershot that a little bit, but obviously looking strong still. We were in that area. So yeah, I guess we will end it there, guys. So I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. And obviously I'm in the mood today, so I'm going to be diving in. If I find anything else relevant that it was important that I need to bring to your guys' attention, I will obviously do that. So enjoy the rest of your day. If you enjoyed the content, please, it obviously, you know, shameless plug, it does me a huge favor if you guys like and subscribe. It helps me spread the message out, especially when I'm coming out with some important stuff. And overall, it just helps me stay connected with you guys. So that being said, enjoy the rest of your day. I love you long time. Peace.